host Hugo Rivera here, and this video is for the friends of Mike Westerdale. And today I'm going to talk about the myth of bulking up, okay? How many people come to me, they're like, man, I just want to go ahead and gain some muscle, I'm going to bulk up, I'm going to start eating everything that I see. And I'm here to tell you, if you go in the seafood diet, which is the diet where you basically, everything that you see is what you consume, most of you are going to end up not looking the way that you want to look, okay? Because I'm sure that none of you are looking to go ahead and be all blown up and puffy and without any sort of muscle definition. What I'm thinking that you want to have is the muscle along with the definition, and I'm here to tell you that bulking up in the traditional way, like back in the day where you just basically eat as much as possible of whatever you can find, is not going to get you the results that you're looking for. The correct way to do things, okay, is to do what I call a clean bulk up, where you basically set up your diet based on the amount of macronutrients that you need, basically based on the amount of carbs, proteins, and fats that you need, which are determined based on the kind of body type that you have. So for example, if you're an endomorph like me, which is somebody that can store body fat easier than other people, then you need to keep your carbs a little bit more controlled than somebody that is a naturally skinny person, an ectomorph, a heart gainer, which needs to have higher carbohydrate levels, okay? So, and again, I discussed this very extensively in my body reengineering manual, but suffice it to say, more carbs if you have a higher metabolism and less carbs if you have a slower metabolism. But the key thing is that in order to gain muscle, you need to add a little bit of extra calories past what you burn, obviously. So for example, if you go ahead and burn 2,000 calories and you want to gain some muscle, then you need to add, 500 to 700 calories, okay, give or take. And again, like I said, I covered this on my body reengineering, but I want to give you an idea of how to do this, which is basically to just go ahead and have slightly more calories than what you burn on a daily basis, so you can go ahead and actually have the energy to push through your workouts and to also gain the muscle mass as well, okay? Now, here's the deal. Here's what I need you all to understand. If you don't have 10% body fat level, this is for guys, and for ladies, if you're like above 13%, my recommendation is that you cut down first. You're like wondering why. Well, the reason is simple. It's hormonal. If you have already over 10% body fat for guys and 13% for girls, you have enough body fat to where your hormonal levels are going to be in such a way that you produce a little bit more estrogen. And what happens in this case is that if you're producing more estrogen, you're going to be storing more body fat from the calories that you take in. However, if you are leaner, your testosterone levels are going to be a little bit higher, okay, because your estrogen levels are going to be lower. And therefore, when you consume the calories, more than likely those calories are going to be used for muscle production rather than fat storage, okay? What happens here is like when we have a person, let's say we have a guy that is at 18% body fat or so, he wants to gain muscle. If he starts going on a hypercaloric diet, okay, meaning a diet that they're taking more calories than they burn on a daily basis, you know what? Some of those calories are going to be stored as fat. In order to minimize that, what we do is that we start a hypercaloric diet when we're below 10% body fat for guys and 13% for girls, okay? Now, if you're above 10% or 13% for girls, what do? You're going to go ahead and cut down first. The way to do that is simple. You're just going to cause a slight caloric deficit, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and bring your calories up a little bit over the weekends, all right? And it is that simple. You just go ahead and make sure that you take in the amount of protein that you need, which is, around 1 gram per pound of body weight, roughly around the same in terms of carbohydrates, and no less than 20% of your calories coming from good fats, okay? If you cut down and you're not causing a huge caloric deficit, okay, meaning that you're not cutting down too much, you're not cutting down, say, 1,000 calories from your diet or something like that. If you do things correctly, you will be able to gain muscle mass as you lose body fat, provided that you're following the right routine, okay? And again, if you're following the routine that I put in my body reengineering program, you'll be able to to see this very easily, simply because you continue to stimulate the muscle gains, okay? And then simply because your caloric deficit is not enough to put you in a catabolic state, in a state where you're burning muscle, that's why you're going to continue to, you're going to drop the fat and you're going to build the muscle at the same time. As a matter of fact, the biggest issue that I have with my new clients is that after a couple of weeks of following the program, they're like, Hugo, my weight is not dropping. So of course my next question on the forums is like, okay, is your pant size dropping? Well, what's going on? Send me some pictures. And the pant size is always dropping, okay? The measurements everywhere else are going up. And of course the pant size is just going down. So which means that the subject is losing body fat as they're gaining muscle at the same time. Because if you lose 2 pounds of body fat and you gain 2 pounds of muscle at the same time, obviously the scale is going to reflect no change. But as a matter of fact, in reality, there are a lot of changes going on, okay? So anyways, the take-home message of this tip is, in order to bulk up, you need to do things right, okay? And if you're above 10% body fat for guys and 13 for girls, you need to come down first. And once you come down and you get to like the lower levels, like let's say for ladies like around 11% and for guys like around say 8, even 7. Me, myself, I like to go really low. Sometimes I like to go as much as 6%. Once you're at that level and you basically turn the tables and you start increasing the calories, you will see the kind of anabolic effect that you get. And basically you literally get bigger and lose body fat at the same time right in front of your eyes. Okay? Until next time, take care and train hard.